Hello friends. In today's podcast, we are going to discuss about matter. Friends, ninth class science book contain an important chapter that is matter in our surroundings. Friends, this podcast is brought to you by www.chemistrynotesinfo.com. So friends, let's we discuss about matter. So, general question asked is what is matter? So, we can say that anything that occupy space and have volume is called matter. Okay, we will learn it more easily. Anything that we see around us is material. So we can say that everything in this universe is made up of material, which our scientists have named as matter. The air we breathe, the food we eat, the clothes we wear, stones, cars, clouds, buses, roads, stars, planets, plants, animals, water, sand, even the mobile you are holding in your hand, all are made up of matter. So everything is matter. Matter is made up of very small particles. So friends, now another question is the states of matter. So friends, matter we see around us exists in three states, that is solid, liquid and gas. These three states of matter depend upon the force of attraction between the particles. The force of attraction between particles is maximum in solids. This force of attraction between particles is minimum in gases. This force of attraction between particles of liquid is less than solids and more than gases. Due to variation in force of attraction, the space in between the constituent particles are also different in solid, liquid and gases. This space in between the constituent particle is minimum in solids. This space in between the constituent particles is maximum in gases. This space in between the constituent particles of liquid is more than solids and less than gases. Due to variation in force of attraction, kinetic energy of particle is also different in solids, liquids and gases. Kinetic energy of the constituent particles is minimum in solids. Kinetic energy of the constituent particles is maximum in gases. Kinetic energy of the constituent particles of liquid is more than solids and less than gases. Due to variation in force of attraction, the arrangement of particle is also different in solid, liquid and gases. The arrangement of particle in solids is well-ordered manner. The arrangement of particles in liquid is in little bit ordered manner, means in liquids the layer of particles can slip and slide over each other. However, there is no arrangement of particles found in gases. Particles of gases move randomly anywhere they found space to move. These three states of matter are interconvertible. The state of matter can be changed accordingly by changing temperature or pressure. For example, water exists in all three states, that is, ice as solid, drinking water as liquid, steam as gas. By reducing temperature and increasing pressure, steam gas can be converted into drinking water as liquid. By further reducing temperature and increasing pressure, drinking water liquid can be converted into ice solid. Now friends, we are going to learn about an important scientific term, sublimation. So, the conversion of solid state of matter directly into gaseous state without going through the liquid state is known as sublimation. I repeat, the conversion of solid state of matter directly into gaseous state without going through the liquid state is known as sublimation. Deposition. The conversion of gaseous state directly into solid state without going through the liquid state is known as deposition. So deposition is just opposite of sublimation. I repeat, the conversion of gaseous state directly into the solid state without going through the liquid state is known as deposition. Boiling. The conversion of whole bulk liquid state into gaseous vapor state is known as boiling. Boiling is bulk phenomenon, means every part of liquid start boiling. Evaporation. The conversion of liquid at the surface into gaseous vapor state is known as evaporation. Evaporation is surface phenomenon, means particle at the surface of liquid gain enough energy to overcome the attraction force present in the between liquid particles and change from liquid to vapor state. Rate of evaporation of any liquid depend upon the surface area of the liquid exposed to the temperature, atmosphere, humidity and wind speed. Evaporation process causes cooling, which we can see in case of soil clay pot, or generally we say matka. Latent heat of vaporization. The heat energy required to change the 1 kg of a liquid into gaseous state at the atmospheric pressure at its boiling point is known as latent heat of vaporization. I repeat, the heat energy required to change the 1 kg of a liquid into gaseous state at the atmospheric pressure at its boiling point is known as latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of fusion. The amount of heat energy required to change the 1 kg of solid into liquid state at its melting point is known as latent heat of fusion. I repeat, the amount of heat energy required to change the 1 kg of solid into liquid state at its melting point is known as latent heat of fusion. Measurable physical quantities. Friends, there is some physical quantities which we can measure and they have some units. So first quantity is temperature. Its unit is Kelvin and its symbol is K. Next unit is length. Its unit is meter. Its symbol is M. And next unit is mass. Its next quantity is mass and its unit is kilogram. Its symbol is kg. Next quantity is weight. Its unit is Newton and its symbol is N. Next quantity is volume. Its unit is cubic meter. Its symbol is m to the power 3. Next quantity is density. Its unit is kilogram per cubic meter. Its symbol is kg per meter cube. Next quantity is pressure. Its unit is Pascal and its symbol is Pa. Dear friends, today we learn about matter. For revision purpose, I repeat some important points. Matter is made up of very small particles that we call atoms. There are 3 states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gases. The 3 states of matter depend upon the force of attraction between the particles. The conversion of solid state of matter directly into gaseous state without going through the liquid state is known as sublimation, and its opposite is deposition, means the conversion of gaseous state directly into solid state without going through the liquid state is known as deposition. Boiling is the bulk phenomenon in which the conversion of whole bulk liquid state goes into gaseous state or vapor state, while evaporation is surface phenomenon in which the liquid at the surface is converted into gaseous vapor state. And there is two latent heats. First is latent heat of vaporization, another is latent heat of fusion. In latent heat of vaporization, the heat energy required to change the 1 kg of a liquid into gaseous state at its atmospheric pressure and at its boiling point is known as latent heat of vaporization. Means, in case of vaporization, the conversion is from gaseous state to liquid state to gaseous state at its atmospheric pressure and at its boiling point. And in case of latent heat of fusion, the amount of heat energy required to change the 1 kg of solid into liquid state at its melting point is known as latent heat of fusion. So in case of vaporization, the change is from liquid state to gaseous state at its atmospheric pressure and at its boiling point, while in case of fusion, the conversion is from solid state into liquid state at its melting point. Friends, we also learn about important quantities, that is temperature, whose unit is Kelvin, another quantity is length, whose unit is meter, another quantity is mass, whose unit is kilogram, another quantity is weight, whose unit is Newton, another quantity is volume, whose unit is cubic meter, another unit is density, whose unit is kilogram per cubic meter, another unit is pressure, whose unit is Pascal. So friends, I think you enjoy listening this podcast. This podcast is brought to you by www.chemistrynotesinfo.com. You can get notes of this chapter and you can learn this chapter from our website, whose link is given in the description of this podcast. Thank you to listening this podcast.